Harley Davidson Fat Bob FXFB. Best Motorcycle Review. Less vibey than previous Harley Davidson models, 2018 on. A bike that certainly turns heads, the Harley Davidson Fat Bob is a machine that you will either love or hate and is best thought of as Harley's take on a naked bike. And a very big one at that. Designed to appeal to European riders who view a bike's ability to go around corners with equal importance to straight-line cruising, the Fat Bob is the sportiest model in the firm's petrol-powered range and yet still has more than a hint of the cruiser about it with its 16-inch wheels shod in fat balloon tires. Long, low and imposing, the latest Fat Bob arrived in 2018 and sits in the Softail family, which was thoroughly updated that year through a new chassis. The Softail and Dyna families were combined, and the new Milwaukee 8 motor, in two capacities, 107 and 114, to coincide with Harley's 115th anniversary. Not one of Harley's biggest selling models, the Fat Bob's Marmite styling sees it generally owned by enthusiasts, and while its fairly hefty weight and extensive use of metal parts for the running gear hints at a high level of build quality, owners are a little underwhelmed on this front, and it seems as if a few corners have been cut, which is a shame on a bike that is certainly at the premium end of the price scale. Ride quality and brakes. The Softail family contains everything from the Breakout to the Heritage, and as such Harley have made a platform tubular steel double cradle chassis that can be altered with minimal effort through different head angles or a choice of swing arms to suit the intended bike's role in life. All new for 2018, the Softail range has a hardtail look of a solid back end but actually contains a monoshock under the seat area. Previous generations had twin shocks under the transmission. Engine. When it was launched, the Fat Bob was sold in two formats, 107 and 114, which refer to the Milwaukee 8 engine size in inches, 1,745 cubic centimeters or 1868 cubic centimeters if you don't speak imperial. However, nowadays only the bigger 114 is available. All new in 2017, the Milwaukee 8 motor is different to the one used in the touring models where it debuted as its rigid mounting instead of rubber, and sees the Softail models run two, not one, balancer shafts to keep the vibrations down. Reliability and build quality. A lot of Harley owners tend to cherish their bikes, and if they are cleaned regularly, not ridden much in the wet and generally cared for, the build quality seems acceptable. However, should you get a bit behind or let things slip, the Fat Bob starts to look very second-hand very quickly, which is a real shame on a bike that costs so much. MCN owners' reviews report that the paint finish is very poor indeed, with paint rubbing off on areas where your knees touch and also the engine shedding its finish. Not only that, corrosion on exposed metal components seems rife if the bike hasn't been treated to a lot of anti-corrosion spray. One owner has the clocks misting up and the fuel caps lock fail. When you talk to Harley dealers, they say a big problem is owners cleaning their bikes and then putting them away wet, which allows the water to pool and corrosion sets in. However, a slightly low level of build quality is also certainly to blame. Value versus rivals. Buying a Fat Bob is not a cheap proposition, and a new 114 will set you back in the region of £17,000. However, they do tend to hold their value fairly well, with year-old examples costing around £15,000. The 107 option costs roughly £13,500 as it is less desirable, however not that many were sold as most owners opted for the 114 motor. Equipment. There is no denying the Bob is lacking in terms of its equipment. There is no traction control, only basic ABS, no power modes, no quickshifter, no connectivity, little adjustment in its suspension, the list goes on and on. Then again, this is an air-cooled Harley and they do tend to be quite basic in terms of their spec. Owners can up the ante through the HD parts and accessories catalog, but most simply opt for a set of loud pipes and a free-flowing air filter, which to be fair makes a huge difference to the bike sound levels and also releases a welcome bit of extra mid-range. When it comes to tires, most known brands make a hoop for the Bob, and you have the choice of the likes of the Michelin Scorcher, Metzeler Cruisetech, Avon Cobra Chrome, or even a non-Harley branded Dunlop D427, which are the OE fitment but better in terms of grip when made in Europe.